was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it. Don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted. Flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like.
Hey, everybody, it's...
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing, Mayfield, and the pressure gets to him again. Angelo Blackson. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
It's like every time. It's like I don't have no...
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after
like,
giving up back-to-back...
Wow. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney Merciless picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep.
That goes so real. Really?
Oh, but it winds up to be incomplete.
I don't know. You would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And this will be a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start them.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays
Beckham
off to
Jr.
the
again,
tune
catch
of
the ball.
35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. He's tackled a
All they
yard
did
short
was
of
take
the
me on the
marker.
other
Good
side.
gain of 9 on first down.
It's like I could have been
Give him
pushed
9
back,
there
but
on the first down completion.
they didn't let me get pushed
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football.
Where did you
But sometimes
stop?
you got to go left, and that's exactly what
Nah, I'm
happened
gonna blame
on
that on me.
play.
That's my fault. I'm
Forced
not
to
even
his
gonna
left,
let that. I'm
still
not
able
gonna
to
let that.
accurately throw it downfield
It's
for a
his fault. I'm
completion.
gonna blame that on me.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this
Boom,
first
he had like
quarter.
2 people going out
And he
there.
shows some
I
mobility
bet them
there,
2
getting
people were
outside
getting
the
yelled at by the
tackles, moving
coach.
to the right, making a nice play.
He had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it about where he was looking, right? And he said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
So now the Browns, they're going to line up and go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. So what
It's
do you
like
think
it looked
the
like I was
mindset
doing a
was
throw, but
there?
I
You can
wasn't.
tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school
Super kick.
mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and
Hopefully
continue
this
to
dude
try and
doesn't need
dominate.
it.
There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for 2, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
Charles, as the Texans get the ball back here, I want to discuss their season. It's been kind of some good, some really good, and then some bad and questionable.
How did he even get there?
Under Bill O'Brien, he's in his
That's
6th year.
crazy.
They've had 9 or more wins
I
5
didn't
times now
even
because they've reached that
expect
plateau this year. Is this team one, though, that can make a run in the playoffs, or is it just going to be another exit in the playoffs?
Well, the problem that they run into is oftentimes they win their division, but they're the 4th division winner, which means
he
what?
should have just
They got a
called
wild
it.
card,
He took
yeah.
too
So they tend to host a wild card game, play in that. Most of the time they get beat. Right? They did have that big win against
He said
Oakland
most
a
of the
couple
time
years
that
ago,
they
but that
get
year,
beat.
Derek Carr broke his leg,
That's
couldn't
sad.
play. Then the backup gets hurt and ended up starting Connor Cook,
Anyway, they
a
got
rookie, his
lucky
first snaps in the
anyway for that
NFL.
catch.
So that was almost a
I was
layup.
going for the
They've
fourth
got to find a way to get out of that
Odell
wild card
Beckham
game.
always
And I'm
catches
not
the
sure
ball,
this is
but
the year
now
that they find a way to win the AFC
How do you even
South. I
catch-
think they'll still be in the wild card
What a
game
baby.
in 2019.
Yeah, because
Now
Bill
they're
O'Brien's only
on third
taken them
down.
to the divisional round once, and they lost that game. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson.
I feel like he's kind of done for
across
not
the
running.
50 at the 45.
He stopped right
into
there and was like,
territory.
tackle me.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. For anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield
Yeah, he was
widen,
already tackled.
because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
All right, they're on 2nd down. All I need to do is push them to 4th down. That's it.
A throw out line to QT complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
I like 21.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play.
Because you remember at one time where he trucked the,
Oh, and the hard
I know who
count
did
might
that.
have got him. This
That
might
wasn't
be
even me. That was a
first down.
robot. Usually it's not, and usually, yeah, it was on defense, I think. I knew it was going to be on defense. Like, bro, why would
They'll
you
step
do that?
off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield.
Bro.
He wants that get off to be as fast as possible.
Well, that
A little too
sucks.
quick on that one.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yeah, somebody
Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. That is incomplete.
That was clean.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Again, it's Watson rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And they're going to get him down well short of the first.
He's the quarterback. I don't even know why he run that.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape
usually the quarterbacks don't really try to run
first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
I knocked the quarterback. That was bad.
But hang on, a flag is down.
If they take it back to first down, I'll be happy. You know why? Because I know their offense is trash.
Well,
they got lucky catches.
Right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post.
I know what I did. I knocked the kicker. It doesn't matter. The quarterback's trash.
But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, it's high. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On 2nd and 9, Watson looking middle, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's third down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, convert on 3rd and 9. Johnson's got
oh my God, this
and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 13 yards out, and the Texans push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
Ooh, that's sad.
And he's got room.
That's sad.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Ooh.
Nick Chubb,
look at that.
66 yards. As his guys have
they're in a truck.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Bro, it's crazy how my quarterback's so trash.
Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Yeah, like, bro, you cannot take one hit.
The extra point attempt, it's a
is it because my last quarterback actually was pretty good?
Did someone dare
like he was able to take it.
Double dog dare
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Watson on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we put Baltimore number one, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
This man broke my ankles.
Tradition and us not wanting to be wrong
I know.
dictates that we say New England next.
Hey, but it don't matter.
And rightly so.
Why would you do that?
Lombardi trophies they've won.
Dude, these robots are really costing us.
But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Watson out to his left. Now he'll pull it down.
Dude, he got trapped.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
That was
as
not
they
worth
get
the quarterback
with a little over
getting
50
checked
seconds to go in the first half.
It wasn't even worth it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
Bro, why is it always defense, bro? It's defense, defense, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end,
Bro,
a little bit farther away from the ball,
them.
any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Back to throw. Watson steps away. He's going to take off with it.
Wow, what a
the
slide.
improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So we have reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the pistol, they'll run with Hyde. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
Ankle breaker.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Mayfield to throw it. That's to his running back, complete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach, will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Greystone, travel.
Mayfield. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have taken the lead. From the gun, Mayfield. That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility, but we see them, they're more like striders, right? There's a smoothness to them. When I watch Baker Mayfield, everything is sharp, hard, aggressive, and he turns it into a big-time shot downfield and a monster play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. From the gun on third, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's second down. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now it's 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. Mayfield off the play fake, being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's going to look deep now for Landry. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did it, huh? Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, roll on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, roll on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, roll on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, roll on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, never switch.
money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on E. All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and look at this. Right away, a loose football.
What the hell?
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head and when you ever overstated. Your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You wanna Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Yeah. 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 Hey. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. Yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit the hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags That's why they chasing us. Calling audible. I read the game. I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss. Then my teammates got the blitz. Yeah. Move the chains. I'm about to make a play. Move the chains. Tell them get about the way. Move the chains. I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby. Tell them move the chains.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears as they take on last year's #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, and the upstart Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Let's go.
Set. 180.
Check 59. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
One touch.
Play fake. Mayfield on the move to his left. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for 2.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
You know, I'm all about getting points. And if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for 2, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, 37 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Cleveland offense ready to go. First down, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. 9 time is left, and that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb.
For real, dude. I just said
And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Cleveland Browns ready to set up shop for their next drive. And this is a Browns team, Charles, that has been on a roller coaster ride this year. Entered the season with all those expectations. One bright spot's been Nick Chubb. He's been great at running back. He's in contention for the rushing title, but they didn't string together back-to-back wins until week 11, and they've just been treading water all season. And get this, they're not going to finish above 500 this year. The last time that the Browns were above 500, 2007.
And just think that would have been, or let me rephrase that, that should have been a heck of a goal for this franchise to show considerable growth, right? Move above 500 and show that they're going to be a contender for years to come. But things really got out of whack in the offseason. All of a sudden, people were talking Super Bowl. Yeah. I don't know how we got there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And this will probably... be the last play of the quarter. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Throwing. Mayfield steps away to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
So trash. You just sit there. Looking like homes.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. Steps away. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those 2 teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team. I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback, has really energized that club.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield, being chased out left. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this.
You really gotta see me invite and then leave. Wow.
In the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
Here's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Let's go.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
In your face.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Now Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go with...
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 61 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As the Bears come back out here, we talked about their quarterback Mitchell Trubisky earlier and their head coach Matt Nagy, but bottom line, it's not going to be a second consecutive postseason appearance for this team. They just took a little bit too long to get rolling. They were a better team in the second half, but by then both the Packers and the Vikings were well clear of them.
That is so true. And look, all the issues they had on offense, Mitchell Trubisky struggling with injuries and inconsistency early. Then on the defensive side, I think it was underrated, the loss of Danny Trevathan at inside linebacker. He went out fairly early. Akeem Hicks gets hurt in London against Oakland with an elbow injury. He doesn't make it back until week 15 against Green Bay. Without Akeem Hicks in the middle, that really hurt Khalil Mack and Leonard Floyd coming off the edge, because teams can now devote extra attention out to those guys since they didn't have to worry about the pass rush as much up the middle.
So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's stone-faced wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On second down, it's Cohen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Here's Mayfield. back and complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
How you leave a receiver of that caliber that wide open on that play is absolutely beyond me. You've watched tape. You've gone over the scouting report. Your first move should be double or triple him and make sure someone else doesn't beat you.
Well, especially, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Danny Trevathan coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Maybe if you start running away.
But it's not been the best game for him. But he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now Mayfield on fourth down. He'll buy some time right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Draw play. Cohen. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. On third down, Trubisky. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 62-yard punt return. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They go play action here on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw again on second down. Trubisky toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll make it third down. possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it'll be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30, and down to the 16-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going?
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Forced out to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a...
Now Trubisky lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime.
Let's go. Fly to the ball. Come on. We got.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown.
Trubisky's pass complete to number 12, Allen Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mayfield. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want...
Big numbers. Whole team counted. That's a big number. Hey, foreign cars, foreign. Sell off 'cause the
boss man got him hot. She wanted like me, cause be nosy.